Hey everybody, this is Tamari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Mercury Retrograde Tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Just to let you know, as always, it is a general reading, so it might not apply to everybody. And of course, you can just take it as and where it resonates. So just to let you know, I'll be using the Isis Oracle deck, which is a brand new Oracle deck I received this weekend, thanks to my lovely boyfriend for Valentine's Day. So thanks, Rob. And I'm also going to be using, just to get more insight as to what the messages mean in terms of your reading at this time, using the Rider Tarot by Waite. Okay, let's get stuck in without further ado. I know it's a different setup. This is also different, complete different read that I've done previously, so bear with me if it's a little bit slower paced than usual. So I'm just going to be pulling 3 cards from the Isis deck to begin with, and then I will read you more about what those messages represent. As this is a new deck, I'm not all too familiar with the cards yet, so it's better if I give you the message direct from the author themselves. Okay, so what messages do we have for Leo in time of the Mercury Retrograde, which is in effect as of now? Okay, so just to show you to begin with, you have entered the chamber of healing, healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. Interesting. Okay. And I will go into that once I've pulled all of the cards for you. So now you have power over 7 scorpions, power to conjure lower vibrational forces. Awesome. Look how amazing these cards are. They're so beautiful. I'm like over the moon. Like, receive this as a gift. It's just the best. Okay. And the final card for Leo, please. Okay. Miracle of Isis. Miraculous healing of the goddess. Awesome. As you can see, there's Isis there on the back of Osiris. Okay, so I will now tell you what each individual card represents. Obviously, you get an idea from the description, but it's better to give you more insight as to how this applies at this time. So I'll give you the overall general read from the summary, I guess, and then I will discuss how it applies to you at this time, for those who, of course, it resonates for. So, enter the chamber of healing. Okay. So just want to make sure you can see it properly without too much reflection. Okay. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, Mistress of Magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracle. Okay. So this is what it's really talking about, is obviously healing, but it's opening yourself up to receive the healing that needs to take place at this time. So there may have been a situation that you were navigating recently that's been very taxing and very challenging, particularly on your emotions. You know, it's been very heavy. There's been a burden that you've been carrying for some time. So now you're really being asked to open the door to the shadow self and to face those, those darker emotions, those thoughts that you've been trying to suppress, so that healing can really come through. But that can only happen if you open the door, right? So, interesting. So now let's look at power of the 7 scorpions then for you. Okay. So, you are being initiated into the world into the magic of conjuring. To have power over a low, oh my gosh, I'm going to start again, sorry. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring. To have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. Okay, so this is a very potent card because it's being aware of the shadow self, being aware of how it plays an important role, not only in your lives but in those around you, and that how you can use these effects, the energy that comes from the shadow to manipulate your reality and to affect the lower vibrations around you at this time. So as it said, you know, you have to use your discernment. You have to be very careful how you use this energy and you work with this, because otherwise, you know, you can open up a whole Pandora's box that you weren't prepared for. Okay, so you do have to use your discernment. You have to be very careful with how you apply this energy, but used correctly, you can have very positive influence on those around you, particularly people, I would say, who are vibrating at a lower frequency than yourself at this time. You know, you can be a real force for good in their lives, or you can be a force to be reckoned with. So it's up to you how you apply that knowledge and that ability that you have, and awareness, and how you affect those surrounding you at this time. And also the forces that you're coming into contact with at this time, the low vibrational ones, you will have power over those, so you can use them to your advantage. But it's important that you really think about how you apply that, okay? Because just because you have power doesn't mean that you can use it without any sense of responsibility, right? So that's what's being really communicated at this time. That when you allow this door to be open to you, and you really walk through it and allow those, you allow that healing to come in and to really awaken your senses. It's important that you use your discernment when you start channeling and working with energies, how you apply that in your life. Okay. So now we'll look at the miracle of Isis. Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing, to let go and let the goddess be. Okay? So yeah, this is it. This is talking about opening the door to healing, allowing the things that held you back previously from receiving it to fall away by the wayside, okay? Because the work is being done so that it doesn't plague your life in the same way. But it's important that you also address those things head on. If you know that you have some kind of addiction, if you know that you're kind of been procrastinating around something that needs working on, it's important that you do that at this time, because otherwise you're going to find yourself repeating the same cycles. You're going to find yourself getting into the same situations with the same types of people that bring out the worst in you rather than the best in you, right? So it's really important that you kind of detach from the weight, of those things, and understand what it's been showing you all this time, what you're learning from it, and that, a cycle doesn't have to continue. It can be ended, provided that you allow the healings come in and you allow yourself to really rise to the occasion, right? So it's really important that you keep that in mind also, that as much as you have to open the door and allow that healing to come through, you also have to do your part to address those issues also, and not cling to them or just accept them as part of your life, right? Okay. So let's get into the tarot. So as I said, I'll be using the classic Rider tarot deck. And they're a bit slippery at the moment, so it's very hard to shuffle. Man, These are very, very shiny, very slippery. Okay. And I'm using a very smooth surface, which doesn't help also. So I'm just going to shuffle this way. Interesting. So straight off the bat, we've got your card, Leo, strength. Okay, coming under that chamber of healing there. So that tells you everything, okay? That it's not a weakness to accept the fact that you need healing, that you need to open yourself up to receive that healing, okay? That doesn't make you vulnerable or weak. That means, you know, you're a human being and that actually everyone has things that need working on. Okay, so don't let your pride get the better of you and stop you from doing that inner work. Okay, so as I said, under that, you have the strength card clarified by the Four of Swords. So this is what I'm talking about. Not allowing your ego to prevent you from having that well-needed rest and recuperation, healing. You know, understanding that it takes great strength to admit that you need help or that you need, you know, to work on yourself, you know, to do the inner work, to accept the healing that's trying to come through at this time for you, you know. And where help is being offered, to, you know, accept that help, where it'll, you know, it will be of benefit, right? So it's taking time out. It's knowing that without that time for pause and reflection, it's not possible to move forward. It's not possible to, you know, open yourself up to new possibilities if you're still stuck in the past, if you're still trudging on and not allowing yourself to address these wounds from the past, right? It's important that you allow that work to take place. And then under the power of the 7 scorpions, when you enter that doorway here, you have the moon in reverse and the 3 of cups in reverse. So something will be revealed. I think when you come to realize what you're capable of, when you start to realize that you have much more power than you think over your current circumstances and your perceived reality, you'll, rather than, you know, basking in that energy and really going hedonistic with it, I guess, you're going to take some time out for pause. Again, I think it ties in with this 4 of Swords here. I think you're going to just be like, whoa, wait a second. You know, I need time to, like, really just absorb what I've just discovered here, right? Because it's not a small thing. This is a big change that you're experiencing at this time. You know, and then, as I said, you know, Mercury Retrograde is, you know, it's upon us. And it's a big time for, you know, really pausing and reflecting. It's not a time for, you know, all systems go, right? That's the time where you take the time you need to reflect. I wouldn't say so much plan, because plans just do not work in this period. So I would say just take the time for pause and to do this inner work, hence doing these readings for you, right? So when this comes to light, when you realize the power that you have, or what abilities you have and how you can affect those around you and in what way you can affect those around you, I think you're really going to take a minute to consider the possibilities. And I don't think you're going to take it lightly. I don't think you're going to abuse that, okay? I think you're going to realize the weight of that, and you're going to understand that you have to use your discernment and you have to be very careful with how you influence those around you, you know, for good or for bad, you know, positive or negatively. So you're going to take some time out for that, I think. Okay, and then under the Miracle of Isis, you have the 2 of Swords in reverse and the 3 of Wands. So again, this is like understanding that, you know, you're no longer at a crossroads. You no longer feel stuck or feel like, you know, you have to just trudge along with this weight on your back anymore. You've released the burden, okay? You've come to realize that the only thing that was afflicting you with this situation, whatever it is that you've been carrying, whatever this dead weight is that you've been carrying, the only person who's being massively afflicted by it is yourself, right? So you've chosen to let go and understand that, you know, while things might seem dire and they might seem difficult at this time, or, you know, as I said, Mercury retrograde energy, stagnant, not moving forward, there's still decisions that can be made. There's still choices that can be made, which will have a direct impact, right, on these circumstances. So you're going to make a choice. And rather than settling for what you currently have in regards to your present circumstances, you're looking outward. You're looking for something more, something that sparks the adventure in you, right? You're looking and you're waiting for the opportune moment, right? For that opportunity to come in, so that you can go after what it is that you want. And you know this while there's some things that you have to actively go after and put yourself out for, you know some things will come to you if you're patient enough. So you're trying to find that balance between waiting for what's right for you at the right time and going after what it is that you truly want, right? So you're trying to find that balance between the two. And I think that's really important, because then when you know, if you're able to discern when to act and when to allow the universe to, you know, take care of a situation or, you know, whatever it is, that's when you're going to really find your alignment. That's when you're going to feel like you're operating from a place of balance, right? So that's really, really powerful, Leo. I think this is great for you, and it's exactly what is needed at this time, because there has been this pull and pull of, you know, wanting to assert your will on a situation and wanting things to just come to you and pan out in your favor. So I think you're kind of understanding more now how it actually works. You know, that not everything is going to work in the way you thought it would. Not everything's going to come to pass in the way you imagined it would. And that some things, even though seemingly are going against your, you know, are not in your favor or going against you in some way, are actually helping you to steer towards a more clear and true path, right? So you're looking at things from a more objective viewpoint, and that you're actually able to see that, you know, some of these things that have made you come into this space where there's a need for pause and reflection is actually going to serve you in the long run. That's what's going to make you, that's what's going to help you to realize how much power you truly have within a situation. So I hope this was helpful for you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, I look forward to doing your next reading. It will probably be, given the time frame, I imagine it will probably be the monthly read for March. So keep an eye out for that, and I will speak to you guys again soon. Bye for now.